The rain and flooding concerns are up first tonight at 6.
Areas across our area are dealing with flooding concerns after days of steady rain. Here's a look at Tuscaloosa and Hale counties. So can you expect more rain for the rest of your week? And what about some wintry weather over the next few days? WVUA Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott has a first look at Alabama's home team weather.
Yeah, Lynn and Philip, watching things close for Thursday's storm system. In the meantime, just a cold rain out there tonight. By the way, the counties highlighted that gray shade roughly along and south of I-20. That's a dense fog advisory for tonight. So we're going to be driving, take it easy. In fact, already some dense fog developing across much of central and south Alabama. Some of the heavier rain right now in northwest Alabama, and that's on the Tombigbee River Basin, so that's going to aggravate the river flooding for the Tombigbee. Other rivers are also in flood stage. Are going to climb above flood stage over the next several days. 44 Tuscaloosa is chilly out there, 37 in Sulligent, 38 in Haleyville. Any warm air to be seen south of the stationary front is over in Rockford and Roanoke. They're doing low 60s right now, so how about that? Temperatures tonight going to be chilly, though, talking those upper 30s. At 10 and midnight, some rain going to be possible. Also dense fog. How about the chance of maybe a few snowflakes on Thursday? Your forecast is coming up. Stay with us.
Rivers and creeks are overflowing in some parts of our viewing area because of all the rain we've been getting.
And some roads are now closed, which can make everyday tasks difficult for people who live in affected areas. WVUA's Jennifer Edwards has more.
Ed Moore isn't getting ready for a fishing trip or a relaxing boat ride down the Black Warrior River. Believe it or not, this is how he's getting home.
I got a house down the river ways, and the road's getting impassable, so I'm gonna launch my boat and leave my truck at the landing here and get on down the river, you know, to keep an eye on my property.
Moore's house sits on the Black Warrior River off of River Bend Road, which is just one road in West Alabama closed due to flooding. Moore says he's preparing for the worst.
But it's still raining. We don't know, you know, how what's going to predict, you know, the peak of it. And I still have stuff out around underneath the house I need to get up and, you know, get it out, you know, in case the water gets under the house. It's not got under the house yet. We're not really expecting it to unless this rain doesn't stop.
South Sandy Road in Tuscaloosa County is also closed due to flooding. Tuscaloosa County resident Justin Klein says he's facing the floodwaters to make sure his property is safe.
Me, I'm not too much fear about riding through it, used to it, but I wouldn't recommend it to other people. I walked through it last night. I had to get my four-wheelers on top of the hill, and I was up to my hips in water. And then just the current push you around through there too.
Klein says this area floods whenever there is a constant rain. For WVUA News, I'm Jennifer Edwards.
And to report water on roadways in Tuscaloosa County, you can call the Tuscaloosa County Public Works Department at area code 205-345-6600.
In Tuscaloosa, a local restaurant is also feeling the effects of all this rain. Cypress Inn sits on the banks of the Black Warrior River, and today water levels rose near the restaurant's back steps. Employees with the restaurant told WVUA this happens about once a year, but it's always a surprise to customers when they see just how high the water can get.
The customers love it. They are amazed when they come. You can look straight down off of some of the window tables, and where it's usually beautiful luscious lawn and bushes is just water. So they just love coming in and seeing it. We got quite a few gasps and startles today seeing how high it actually comes up to the restaurant. People are amazed when they physically see it.
Fuller says the only major concern is their new pavilion next door. Power has already been knocked out because of the high levels of water.
The Tuscaloosa County Emergency Management Agency is monitoring the situation across the county. It might be an annoyance, but Deputy Director Billy Green says this is typical rainy weather. Green told WVUA there have been some reports of flooding and a few road closings throughout the county. Green says if you are unsure about a situation, use caution.
First off, you shouldn't be out in this type of environment. Be aware of your kids. There's some drainage areas through the city of Tuscaloosa and throughout the county that can get up quickly. Most of those are already up at their peaks right now. Just be aware of it and watch the little ones, make sure they're not out there playing in it. But well, this kind of weather, I don't think anybody's outside playing.
And Green says the EMA does not expect water levels in Tuscaloosa County to peak any higher. The University of Alabama is preparing a big celebration in honor of the Crimson Tide's 15th National Championship.
And WVUA, your home team, will have complete coverage starting at 1 p.m. Saturday. Join us. That's January 19th. WVUA will have our home team championship celebration hosted by Terry Brewer and Gary Harris. We'll have a look at the biggest moments of the season and, of course, that big championship game, plus special reports and live coverage from the Walk of Champions. Then the championship parade and the special championship ceremony with Eli Gold as MC. Your home team will bring you all the action starting at 1 p.m. this Saturday.
Since the Connecticut school shooting, people all across the country are talking about ways to stop violence and protect themselves and others, especially in schools. And one school system in Texas, which is rural, like a lot of West Alabama schools, is now talking about arming its teachers. Reporter Jacqueline Ortiz takes you to Texas for the story.
The mother hen came.
Kindergarten teacher Sally West has been teaching for 32 years. She supports guns in schools.
I wouldn't personally carry a handgun, though I support the school board's decision to recommend or mandate that. There are staff members on staff here that I would entrust and feel very safe having them carry concealed handguns.
Hunt Independent School District is also looking into adding a fence around the school, video cameras and scan cards for all school staff. Superintendent Dr. Crystal Dockery says several in the small community brought up arming teachers because they were concerned about the response time from law enforcement.
We are remote in many areas from law enforcement. So in visiting with our sheriff, they have 5 deputies that cover an 1,100 square mile radius.
I'm told Hunt ISD attorneys are also looking at the pros and cons. Lieutenant Governor David Dewhurst said he wanted the state to pay for someone, one teacher or administrator at each school, to be trained to carry a gun on campus, but only if the district wants that to happen.
We have visited with our sheriff about possible trainings that we would want our staff members to do, because I think it's more than a concealed handgun license. I want to make sure that we're not putting students at risk.
That was Jacqueline Ortiz reporting. President Obama is scheduled to give his proposals on fighting gun violence tomorrow.